Welcome back to me, Schizo Rambling. I know I didn't post yesterday. Low-key yesterday, I did not have the drive to post anything. And that's kind of like the issue I'm going through right now, is having that drive. Is I'm like starting to mildly lose it. But I will continue on with this. Um, so to get into the first thing, I guess I'll talk about some music, because I really haven't talked about music that much. Um, so, like, I'm a huge music nerd, like, massive. I did post a video, like, ranking some of my, like, favorite metal albums, stuff like that. And I'm trying to figure out what to do in this game, that's why I'm bouncing around. But, like, my two, like, my true three favorite bands, like, I have to say, oh, I didn't know he comes to New Haven. My three favorite bands, though, is like, I love, and I mean love Black Sabbath. I have listened to probably every song made before the 1990s. And I'm even talking about like the little weird ones too. Every little thing I've listened to. And then I got like my second favorite is a little odd. Men at Work. I believe they're like the best Australian band in my opinion. Because there's just, I don't know, I just think they're good. I listen to most of their music. Then I gotta say, The Doors. The Doors gotta be my third. Because when I turned, it was 14 or 15. I think it was my 14th, not birthday. When I was 14 for Christmas, I had this record player, which was also a CD player. My family has a weird tradition at there's a Bass Pro Shop here in Georgia, which is also mixed with a mall. And there's this little like record store in it, and I went in and I grabbed the what's it called? I grabbed Self-Titled by Slipknot, and after that kind of changed a lot of things for me. But then my dad was like, "Hey, I don't know which one you want, because before this I didn't really listen that much Black Sabbath, but I like heard Paranoid, stuff like that, you know, the songs that everybody knows." And they had Volume 4 on CD, which in my opinion is one of the best albums like that they've made. And my dad was like, "Well, I don't really know what to get you." Well, he didn't really know what to get me, but he grabbed me The Doors 20 Greatest Hits. Bro, I wore that fucker out in a month. Roadhouse Blues literally couldn't even play anymore. And I loved it. And from there, I started going to a place called CD Warehouse. I just started getting CDs a lot, and I had a huge collection. I still have my collection. Like I have Like my rarest one was a fuck, what's it called? It has it has John Wayne Gacy on the picture for it, but God, I'm blanking. Uh, fuck. But basically, what ended up happening is my CD record player broke, and I was like, "Oh, I need another CD player." And then they got me a record player for Christmas too. Not sorry, for my 15th, when I turned 15 for that Christmas, they got me a record player. But it was Bluetooth, and because of that, I like stopped listening to records and stuff. Cause like, oh, I don't have the need for it anymore. If I want to listen to music, I'll just do it this way. As I've gone like older, I realized that was so stupid. Cause that's how you discover good music, is by buying a record and listening to it. And I really regret it. But I do I don't have a working record player anymore, sadly. I gotta get another one. But if it wasn't for that, like I would have to say, like, if my parents wouldn't have got me that Doors CD, there would have been so much music I would never have gotten into. Like Bus, um, fucking what's it called? I'm sorry. Pink Floyd is a big one for that. Because I hated Pink Floyd. But every song I heard was never really their greatest stuff. How do I get up there? Um, then like, I would just go into stores and I'd be like, let me find the coolest looking album cover. There was also like bands that I knew of that I never really got to listen to. Like my dad talked about, like Alice in Chains. And he talked about when they first came out, he remembers like they were like the shit in his opinion. Yeah, my father is like pretty old, and that's not even insulting, I'm just being truthful. Like he remembers uh when he was a kid, he begged my grandfather and stuff to buy him the Dr. Feelgood album from Motley Crue when it first came out. Huh. I'll just pick this up, I guess. But like the there's so many things that genuinely changed that for me. Like I remember I walked into, so my record store was called Second and Charles, which they sold new and used vinyl, books, everything like that. Old video games. I remember it was my 15th birthday. Because this is around the time I was first getting into records. Because after that Doors album, I was going in every month. Because my allowance was $100 a month. and it still is. But I'd go in and I'd be like, alright, I quit playing guitar. Well, I quit playing bass at this moment. So I sold all my shit. I had $900. And I went in and I bought me a used Xbox One, even though I had a PS4 at the time. And that was like my main console was the PlayStation. But I grew up on Xbox. Like my first console was a Xbox 360 when I was like fucking 5. My dad won it. Literally, if it wasn't for he worked for a place called the Original Mattress Factory, which screwed him over royally. But he they had a company Christmas party every year, and my dad was like a 20-year like employee, and he had to do a speech, and they had a raffle for a new Xbox 360. And I mean, literally, the Xbox One just came out too, so 360 was still getting games released for everything like that. And my dad was like, for Christmas, that's what he gave me. Because my family really wasn't rich. And I just remember all that stuff. And I remember, okay, literally, my favorite game of all time will always be Skate 3. That shit was so fun. I fucking hate Skate 4 with a passion. Low-key, it's just shit. But in every glitch that comes out, they've like sat here and constantly just what's it called? Patched them. Which is like stupid. But I remember I went in and like this is when I was like 15. I went and I bought a pretty like it was a pretty good Xbox One, like really not used. And I was like, alright, let me buy a couple games. So I went up there, I bought Black Ops 2, because that's like one of the games I grew up on. Just to play Transit. That was the whole reason I bought it. For, like, I wouldn't have bought Black Ops 2 if it wasn't for that. And I bought that, and I bought fucking GTA 4, and what else did I buy? It was Black Ops 2, Skate 3, GTA 4, Doom 1, Doom 2. Uh, I bought like, oh, Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas. Uh, oh, Borderlands Game of the Year Edition. Because if I have a console, I'm gonna have Borderlands on it. That's just who I am. Like, but what else did I buy? Oh yeah, I had to buy Xbox Live. Forgot about that. And then I bought Xbox Live, but I went in the record area. I sorted through. And since I have dyslexia, I have a hard time reading. So I kind of just go through everything to see what's in there. I remember I picked up uh, John Coltrane. I can't remember the name of the album right off the top of my head. Then I picked up The Wallflowers. Ooh, that was so good. And then I picked up Everclear's first album. I picked up... Who all did I pick up? It's been a while. I picked up The Wallflowers. Oh, I also picked up fucking what's it called? I think the album's called Full On Black Days by Soundgarden. 'Cause I thought the album looked so cool. I bought Temple of the Dog. 'Cause the Xbox was like 150 bucks. I also bought. I think that was also the day I bought uh Three Eye Blind, Days of the News. That shit. Ooh, that shit was a good album. I also got, and then for that Christmas, I think they also got me Incubus Morning View. Because my dad was getting me the stuff that like he remembers hearing when it came out, he loved. For multiple Christmases, that's what he did. Which I had no issues for it. And then my uncle, Kevin, always bought me, since he knew I loved Black Sabbath, and like the Stones and stuff like that, he always bought me, like, those albums. Because he was like, well, I grew up when this stuff was coming. I am, to give context, mm, so like, my parents are 3 years older than each other, but my dad's the youngest, and, fucking, so like, my Aunt Myra, she was born 1974, but my Uncle Kevin was born 1969, and so like, he grew up, like, when he was 7, stuff like the Stones were still coming out. It was still original Black Sabbath. That's the kind of stuff he like knows that I would know too. But I didn't, I didn't grow up like that. That's the thing. My parents made it a point of they don't know how I got into this type of music because they didn't play music like this. Because they, like, truthfully, they didn't. Like, my dad nowadays mainly listens to country and stuff. But like, I like country music. It depends who, but I like country music. I like all music. Like, and I know people say, I listen to everything, and then they don't actually listen to it. I mean, genuinely, I be listening to Mozart. I've listened to all that shit. But my dad really, nowadays, doesn't listen to anything like that. My mom kind of was like, she grew up, so, she, Georgia's weird. Because we are, yes, a country state. But, like, my mom remembers hearing, like, the big stuff at the time was bands like, what's it called? I'm so sorry, I'm blanking so hard. Uh, Guns N' Roses. Like, she grew up with that, and but they never played that type of music around me, and that's why they're like, they wouldn't expect me to like that stuff. Sorry, I'm singing a song I'm listening to. So it's kind of more or less like a confusing thing to them. You get me? And like, I love rap. Like I listen to more like Outkast, fucking Wu-Tang Clan, stuff like that is more or less my type. But like I fuck with 21 Savage, all that shit. 'Cause like my dad said, You might not like it when it first comes out, but like he says when he was a kid, he hated country music. And he says as he got older, he started to love it. And he said that's gonna happen to me, and that's gonna happen to me too. When I was younger, I used to hate Juice WRLD. I hated all those motherfuckers. And then, as I've gotten older though, I was like, this ain't too bad. Like, I started liking it more. And it just, I just love music now. That's the best way to put it. 36 Chambers was an awesome album. Slick Rick. Or sorry, Sick Rick. He's gas. That shit's awesome. Fucking, I also listen to like, what's a good example? Ska music. My dad was a ska fan. He remembers like listening to specials when they first came out. And stuff like that is like some of the weirder genres of music I like. And I I'm trying to put how I feel in the words. That's another issue I've had like in general from like my whole life. Oh. Huh. I'm gonna go kill Sledge. I can't kill him now. But there's just there is just so much I can blah 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 blah. There's so much I have to say about music, and I want to put into words, but I can't. Because I don't know how to explain it. Like a really, really good example, though, of when you get older, you'll start to like stuff. I hated Van Halen. Hate it. And, like, I thought Eruption was cool. I was like, oh, it's a cool guitar riff. Well, solo. But, I still feel that way about Eruption. Like, it's cool. Like, I prefer the Unchained solo. But I think the first real Van Halen song literally turned me on to them. Dance the Night Away. Oh my god. I don't know why, something about it I just love. Then I heard Ain't Talking About Love. You Really Got Me Now. Stuff like that. But you know what? I'm gonna leave it on that note because I know it's getting a little. It's been 24 minutes. I normally try to stick to 20, but I will catch you on the flip side.